Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you guys. Draft week is here. We got our draft weeks. I feel kind of smart with these readers. You know what? I'm kind of feeling the middle age. Kind of feeling the 40s. Well, I think I might have sat on these puppies. They kind of looks like I need a V8. Oh man, the drafts are upon us, guys. We got a few people that had drafts already. My drafts are Thursday, 48 hours, a little more from now, and Sunday. So we got a lot of topics to hit. I just want to have some long form discussion, get loose every Sunday morning, live streams 10:30 to 12:30. I have every bet, every line. We look at the whole FanDuel board. I have stats from every single matchup. We do every matchup, everything. We cover all grounds, and we hit a lot of jokes, and we have fun. And if people come in, it's usually a good 2 hours, 10:30 to 12:30. We got some nice topics today. There's a couple things that I want to touch on the drafts. I got the 7th pick and the 9th pick in my 2 drafts, and in my own, the NOOCH FFL, the NOOCH Fantasy League, NOOCH Family Fantasy League. I did the lottery backwards. Like the first name out of the hat, 10, second 9, and I got the 9th pick in my own draft. I wish I would have just went forward. I would have got second, but that's what happens for me being cute. I ended up giving myself the 9th instead of the second. But the first thing I want to talk about in the drafts is like I would say it's the main thing. Round 1. The biggest question that I hear from all the conversations I've had is it's really pertaining to who should be the first receiver. It's the main question I'm getting from everybody. Who should be the first receiver after Tyreek Hill and CD Lamb? Now, CD Lamb signed his 4-year, $136 million extension yesterday, $100 million guaranteed. He'll be ready. So I would say CD Lamb. Okay, I don't like Cowboys, but you have to take him second. So Tyreek Hill, automatic, the best right now with the situation. Tua's back, the everything. He almost had 2,000 last year, whatever he had, 1,750 to 1,800. CD Lamb, monster season. You really can't put him anywhere other than 2. But then all lists have Chase, the 3rd receiver off the board. Some people have Jefferson and Chase, and then St. Brown. I don't necessarily agree with that. Hold on one second. I don't necessarily agree with that. Let's talk about St. Brown, guys. Okay, Amon-Ra St. Brown. The kid, he came on 2 seasons ago. We were doing our live streams, right? And I remember saying to all you guys, it was like we were doing the lives. It was like week 11, week 12, a couple seasons ago. St. Brown, every week, this guy St. Brown, somebody picked him up off the waiver wire. He's getting 10 catches, 9 catches, 11 catches. So we were aware of St. Brown 2 seasons ago, how he came on at the back end of the season like on fire. So then last year, I was the one talking shit to everyone. I was telling everybody, you know, St. Brown's the best. You got to take him, and everybody was like, "Oh, Nooch, you're crazy." You know, I was calling him to be one of like these receivers right here last year, and then my pick came up, and I took AJ Brown, which I hit on. I just screwed up on the rest of my draft, but I hit on AJ Brown. But St. Brown, he's with a unit. We gotta pay attention to that word in the beginning of the season, especially units. Detroit Lions have a unit back with Jared Goff, Pro Bowler, St. Brown. They're together 3 years now. Chase just getting on the field, Burrow's back, so you got to expect him. Let's go down the line of what could be a detractor when you talk about this guy, and then I'll get into it. Jamar Chase, his big season was 3 years ago, the same season that Cooper Kupp had his 1,947-yard season. So why does Chase still get all this respect? And a guy like Kupp, he got dinged up, but it wasn't like a bad surgery or anything. He's down at 35, but Chase is 4. Chase had 100 catches last year for 1,200 yards. Pretty good. Not great, pretty good. It's It's major respect for not major production. 100 for 12. No Joe Burrow. We know that. Okay. But there's fucking factors everywhere. You can't make excuses. Jefferson is right behind him. Jefferson's the fourth receiver on the board. But think about this. Think about Devontae Adams. This is a good analogy. Devontae Adams was with Aaron Rodgers a couple years ago. When he split with Rodgers and went to the Raiders, he wasn't on the fucking top 5 anymore because he was on the Raiders. Now, Jefferson had Cousins, and that was their unit for a couple years. Cousins is in Atlanta. He tore his Achilles. Jefferson got hurt last year, and now Cousins went to Atlanta. But Jefferson with the JV, well, Darnold at quarterback, with a JV quarterback, a Scott Old team. I don't know if Jefferson should really be ahead of St. Brown, Chase, maybe even AJ Brown this year. I don't know if AJ Brown balled out last year, and he had like a 5 or 6 game span with like 125 yards a game. He had a streak. Then he went cold a few games, but overall he had a pretty good year. But there's no tiers this year. I'm looking. There's no tiers. Like, you can't really separate the guys other than the first guy. Like this year, the only picks that I see really valuable are like 1 and 2, or like 1, 2, and 3. Oh shit! So CMC, you gotta take him. Gotta take him. Best running back in the league. CD Lamb, 190 targets last year. Back. We saw what happened last year. Gotta take him. Tyreek, Cheetah, gotta take him. After that, the most solid guy to me is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Kobe Bryant-like work ethic. Anytime they put that name on a guy, you have to pause. Kobe Bryant-like work ethic. Hardest worker in the room. Grew up in a military family in Germany. His father had him lifting weights at 7 years old. He's the hardest worker. He's there. He works. He's there before practice. He's the last one. He's there after practice doing extra work. Everything adds up that St. Brown is going to have a decade long of all pro seasons. Decade long. If he could stay healthy, without anything major, St. Brown's going to be a long time pro. There's nothing he's doing that says to me flash in the pan. Nothing. Chase, you want me to be honest? Little Jarvis Landry syndrome, maybe. I don't know. I'm not. Chase doesn't really pump my nads like they do to everybody else. Serious. I looked at the super season 3 years ago. 3 years ago, he had 80 catches. 80 for like 1,400 yards or 1,500. He led the league in yards per catch that year, like 17.9. He had Nico Collins' yard per catch last year. Exactly. So Chase 3 years ago had 80 for like 1,500. Oh, it's Jamar Chase. Didn't really do it the next couple years like he did. Last year, Burrow went down. Now we make the Cincinnati excuses. I can't wait till Cheese sees this. The fucking Cincinnati excuses. Why do we make certain excuses for certain guys? Oh, well, it's Joe Burrow. Every year he gets to the conference championship. So did Mark Sanchez. The fuck? I don't know, man. Like, his leg blew off. You know what I'm going to say. His leg blew off in the preseason last year. Got him out to a slow start. He stunk. At the end, his arm blew off, warming up. 2 non-contact injuries. But we're going to break Lamar Jackson's balls for having a sprained knee. I don't think so. I don't know about that. So I'm worried about Chase and Burrow. But you know what? I'm in the minority in this. Most people think Burrow's going to come out. Cincinnati's got to come out fast this year. There's some pressure on them. Cincinnati's got to come out fast. So most people think Chase and Burrow are going to be good. And they probably will, but I'm personally hesitating a little bit for some reason with them. Now, see, look at I'm going to receivers first. I should explain myself here. Last year, I said, don't go with the strategy, Nooch. You're too smart for that. I said, best player available, just like NBA, because basketball, I'm always in the finals. Every year I win the league or I'm in the finals. Every year. Not even worried when the draft comes. Football, up and down. So I'm saying to myself, what could I do here strategy-wise? Best player available. So last year I had Breece Hall, Saquon Barkley, Pollard was there. I ended up having like $1 million backfield, which I thought, and I even snuck and got Lamar in like the 5th round last year. I snuck up to get my QB. I hit, and it didn't work. I couldn't make it with my team. The league that I did that without the receivers in the front, my team stunk. So this year, I don't give a shit if Breece and Bijan are looking at me. Think I'm bluffing? Think I'm bluffing? NOOCH League, T-Rich League? I'm not bluffing. I don't care if I'm going 7th and Breece and Bijan are looking at me. I'll fucking go down by Garrett and Puka or something. I'm not taking a goddamn running back. I got it up. I got it up to you know where taking running backs last year. I had Saquon. I had Breece. Pollard was my keeper down at the end of the bend. Fuck. Couldn't do it. Got Lamar, MVP. Couldn't do it. Then I got shell-shocked myself at the end of the season, started making stupid moves. That was the end of Nucci. But I'm not taking Breece or Bijan. So if CD, Tyreek, now that's where the argument starts. Are Chase and Jefferson really more valuable than St. Brown this year? I'm not saying who's the most talented. That's Jefferson. Are Chase and Jefferson deserving of going off the board ahead of St. Brown? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me look at this kid's numbers real quick from last year. St. Brown is right under the best of the best. He's working harder. He plays hard. He plays so hard. He does everything great. He's the kind of guy you want on your team to win. St. Brown, ooh. Chase, I don't know. He doesn't give me that feeling. I don't know why. Maybe it's me. Let's see. Okay, St. Brown, 164 targets. Jesus Christ. Puka, 160 targets. A.J. Brown, 158. St. Brown, 164 targets. Come on, man. Jamar Chase, 145 targets. St. Brown, 120 catches. Chase, 100 catches. The cohesive unit right now is in Detroit. Puka, here's what I have to say about Puka, guys. A couple of years ago, Cooper Kupp, 1,947 yards. Same season that they're all blowing Chase still from. Cooper Kupp gets a little dinged up. You can't assume a guy's going to get hurt. If you're going to take Cooper Kupp in the 3rd or 4th round, you're assuming he's not going to go down, right? So if you're looking at him, you're not going to say, well, he's going to get hurt, but I'll take him in the 5th. Cooper Kupp has the highest percentage of target shares in the whole NFL in the last 3 years, 30%. With that being said, Puka, the reason he was such a surprise last year, I did a little homework. He was very, very, very injury-riddled in college. Not necessarily where he missed all the time. He did get injured, but when he wasn't injured, he was injured, but he managed to play. He was fucking hurt all the time, Puka. So they kind of said last year was like a fucking miracle that he played so much. And he was a little banged up, but he played through it because he's tough. So Puka's dealing with a knee issue now. So the Puka Kupp boomerang, we got to watch it for different reasons. Puka's around 13, Kupp is around 26. Both of those guys could be league leaders. It's just who's going to be more healthy. I don't know if Cooper Kupp is not a nice value pick this year down low. You got a trio or even a quartet of guys that are down in that 3rd round, receivers that could easily outperform the guys up around 7 to 12. It's not out of the realm for me to fast forward the season and see Michael Pittman at 23, Evans at 24, Kupp at 25, Collins 26, Ayuk 27. Those are 4 receivers banded together that could all outperform Garrett Wilson if Jerkoff's fucking leg blows off again. Aaron Rodgers. Hey, if I ever cross podcasts with anybody, I won't get crazy with my mouth. I know how to. I got different pitches. I got fastball. I got a slider. I got a cutter. Got a change. I'll come with the change up out there. Salute, Pete. So here's I see everything interchangeable. The first 50 picks on the ADP, it's all people like us guessing, trying to make sense. Can you really tell? Nobody knew. Like, there's a lot of late confidence on Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is at 40 right now. Everybody's afraid to take him. Oh, the Giants. He was the fucking man last year at LSU. But everything's cloudy. 20 years ago when I first started playing, if a guy tore his ACL twice in high school and college, he might not even be in the league. This guy's the best receiver in the country. His leg blew off twice already. The next time Neighbors tears his ACL, it'll be the third time. But I got boots on the ground in northern New Jersey. I'm getting calls every day, DMs, Instagram, fucking reels. My friend who's at Giants camp every day is telling me, Malik Neighbors, draft him. I'm hesitant, but I'm getting good reports at a Giants camp on Neighbors. Devontae Smith up around there, 37. I might take one running back in the first 50. I'm going U.S. Olympic track team. I think Brees is going to have a big year, but I don't have enough confidence in myself to pick the right. I'd rather go receiver, and running backs later. Joe Mixon at 52, Kenneth Walker up in the 40s, 50s, Eckler's down at 90. I think it's more important to get that track team receivers, but I would hesitate on Chase and Jefferson if you got like the 4th or 5th or 6th pick if you're looking for a receiver. Now, if you're a Jet fan or if you want that back, Brees or Bijan right after that. Now, there's another guy I want to talk about. Everybody's so dismissive of Saquon Barkley's skill set. I disagree with that. Everybody's like, well, he's not the player he was. I'm a Giants fan. 2 years ago, I was watching him hit fucking open field spins, leaving the guy's jock on the floor, gone. Like, last year, the team was terrible. But I saw Saquon in Philly already, juking, leaving guys in the dust. I don't see any dip in Saquon, like, where he can't rush for 1,400 this year, 1,400. Now, we saw Philadelphia at the end of the season last year. Philadelphia fucking fell apart. Jalen Hurts was Hurts. He was Hurts. So, I'm sorry. Tongue twister. He was hurt. So, I don't think they're going to be shoving his head up the center's ass 42 times this year. So, if Barkley gets 12 to 17 1-yard scampers for touchdowns with his own 9 to 10, now you're talking monster season, monster fantasy season. Where's Saquon Barkley? Where's Saquon? Jefferson, Brown, Gibbs, Puka, Howard. Saquon, 15. Saquon Barkley could have a monster season. That's why when we do the future show in a couple nights, I put a couple dollars on him. He's plus 2,900 to be the offensive player of the year. And to be honest with you, Brees and Bijan, I know they're special. Gibbs is special. Taylor. But these other guys, ATN, do I see him better than Saquon Barkley? No, not really. Kyron Williams looks good, but I don't see with the eyeball test what's better. Now, McVay, the little guy, he doesn't like to run the ball. Kyron Williams came on strong last year, but the little guy doesn't like to run. We got to watch with that. But the top 50 guys, here's the strategy. If you go running back early, it's really if you want to pass up on Brees or Bijan. So Jets fans are gonna gobble up Brees if they're in the middle. So hopefully we have a couple Jets fans in our draft. Bijan, I'm scared of Falcons. I'm scared of Falcons. We've been fucking waiting for Kyle Pitts for 6 years. Where's Kyle Pitts? He sucks. But they're saying, oh, Kyle Pitts. Yo, Kirk Cousins blew a Achilles too. I don't know about that. The jury's out on a couple of these teams. I'm worried about Garrett Wilson, guys. I'm not worried about his skill. I'm worried about Rodgers making it. I hope he does. But the topics I wanted to go over. Where should look, we're gonna pivot real quick because I don't want to miss my topics and I don't want to go for more than 40, 45. Where should Travis Kelce go? Where should Kelce go in this year's draft? Everybody I talked to last night, a couple guys had a draft. They said that 5 tight ends went off the board before Kelce. Now that's overkill. I don't think 5 tight ends should go off the board before Kelce. Like if 2 or 3 tight ends ever came off the board and Kelce's there, I'll fucking change my strategy and draft him. He's not that. He didn't fall off yet. We're assuming. We assumed that last year and the year before. And Gronkowski slowed down so much at the end that it's almost subconsciously we're expecting it with Kelce. Kelce, the only thing I'm a little alarmed at last year, looked at his stats, 975 yards. I'm like, oh, shit, he missed 1,000, but he had almost 100 catches. That's low yards per catch. Kittle, 15 yards a catch. Big difference, big difference. That's a catch and a half. You catch one ball for 15 yards, it's 1.5 on our fantasy thing. Catch one ball for 10, 1. You get it? 2.5, 2. I'm sorry. So you miss a half a point a couple times. Fantasy, if I didn't lose so many games by 1/10, I didn't even know that was possible. I lost by 1/100th of a point last year, and we're not going to look at yards per catch. We're not going to look at little details. I lost by hundreds and thousands of a fucking point. Yards per catch. Targets getting suffered. Texans receivers. Could be Siberia. Diggs, disgruntled Diggs. Nico Collins, big year last year. Maximum execution on minimum chances. 80 catches, Nico Collins. 8 million fucking yards. That shit doesn't happen 2 years in a row all the time. Jamar Chase, 18 yards a catch, didn't never happen again. Usually the guys that go that high come down a little bit. Remember that. Last year's yard per catch monster was Nico. I think Ayuk was up there too. Let's see the yards per catch monsters. That's important. Any thinking exercises. I'll tell you what. I don't want to say this guy's name too much because I'm probably going to swipe him up. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get Patterson tomorrow with this one. Tony, yo. Oh man, yo. Oh wow. I'm glad you're in here. I just spoke about that. That was one of my main things. Very worried about Jefferson this year with production wise. I'm not worried about his skill set, but when Devontae Adams left Green Bay, he left that area of the board. Cousins is gone. Different unit. Addison's hurt for the first 4 to 6 weeks. Bad sprained ankle. Scott Olenbean's team. Fish faces at quarterback. Darnold. I don't know. I wouldn't expect Kirk Cousins. And they're gonna fucking be all over him. The team stinks. Kirk Cousins is a 400-yard-a-game monster. I don't know. This is what I'd go, Tony. St. Brown. Jamar Chase. I'm only going to repeat this fast because I just did this segment, but that must have been you that came in. Chase, his best season, 3 years ago. Same fucking time Cooper Kupp had his 1947 year. Why are we blowing him from 3 years ago? Last year, 100 catches, 1,200 yards. All right. Jefferson, JV team. St. Brown. Kobe Bryant, like work ethic. Been fucking working out all his life. Hardest worker on the field. Awesome football player. Plays harder than everybody else. Makes every first down. Catches everything. Runs every route. Knows everybody's route tree. Plays everybody's receiver position. I just gave you 10 bullet points of this fucking guy fucking pulsating. Pick me. St. Brown is a stud. I'm not going to get him because fucking Patterson is right before me on the league that we've been in for years. But I'm going to screw Patterson on the comeback. Guarantee. I'm going Olave. He doesn't even know it yet. Send this to him. Send this to him. I'm all Patterson. I know he likes Olave. What the fuck? I got eyeballs too. Ohio State receiver. He was ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. in the beginning. That's why Harrison Jr. had to take a little pause till those guys went. Garrett Wilson and Olave. Olave made one-handed fucking ballerina catches. Olave's hand-eye is better than everyone else out there. All the other pros that are running around out there, Olave's even better as far as ball skills and shit. I'm going to snag him on the comeback, I think, because Patterson's going to go St. Brown at 6, 5. I go 6. Then I'm going to have to go my guy since I can't get St. Brown, go somebody else. And then he's going to want Olave on the comeback. I know it. But luckily, I go 1 before him because it's a fucking bing, bing, back at you. So, Patty, you want Olave, well, might have to let St. Brown slide. Oh, Saquon's going to have a big year. Garrett Wilson. Proceed with caution on Garrett Wilson. In case Rodgers. Rodgers is 41 years old, and his fucking uniform's hanging on him. Hanging. That boat. Remember the boats and hose? Beckham, Trey Songz, and when they went and got fucking beat in Green Bay? The one thing that sticks out in my mind from that game, the escapability of Aaron Rodgers. It was gorgeous. Aaron Rodgers, that game extended so many plays, made guys miss secondary routes. When I was in college, I played receiver in college. I played quarterback and receiver. When they're extending a play, you got to break off. When the quarterback breaks, you break. And if you're quick in the brain, you'll get them every time. So Rodgers would break off. Devontae, I think Adams was on the team at that time. They would break off perfect. Rodgers made about 6 to 8 completions in that first half on extensions of plays where he looked like fucking Fran Tarkenton. I can guarantee you he's not going to be able to do that at 41. 7 years ago, he was 34. I'm going to give you a NOOCH. Now, I'm a perfect example to give you. I lived through this. I'm 44, right? I almost forgot because I'll be 45 in like a month and a half. When I was 34, I was training with my buddy at the park. We were running routes. And I remember like walking around like, God damn, man, 30s are like do-over years. I feel exactly like I did when I was 21. Like maybe I'm just a fucking Wolverine. Like I'm not aging. Like when I was 34, I athletically judging myself because I played ball my whole life, train, active. When I was 34, I felt exactly like I did when I was in my 20s. I felt like they were do-over years, and I was wondering how long I would stay in my prime. 34, I was full fucking speed. And that's how old Rodgers was in that game from the boat. Doesn't seem like that long to us, especially you young guys, because you're fucking young guys. Oh, you were 20, now you're 27. You don't realize it. Rodgers was 34 the day after that boat. Now he's 41. I just told you how I felt when I was 34, right? Now, knee surgery, 36. Rodgers surgery. We're still on par, right? I come back off the knee, 38, 39, right? Whatever. And come back. Good, strong, full speed. But it was the right knee. Shit on the left leg was misfiring. Whenever I'd ramp up, the left side's misfiring. And I had to stop, go through a week off, this, that. But I don't fucking play in the NFL. I can afford to. Rodgers, seen him pull up a couple times. Opposite leg. That's compensation. That's from the other leg surgery. You could do all your training and shit, but I'll tell you what. My body, it's like I've been off alignment forever since. I don't think you ever get 100%. And at 41, I know they could get his hormones up, healthier levels. Maybe he could get a little boost that way. But I don't know if he's going to be able to fucking scoot around like Fran Tarkenton and extend plays and do it. And if he can't, he's not Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady had his own game. Olave, Tony C. Olave's number one. Olave in that list, to me, is going to be the most solid. Garrett Wilson has the highest ceiling, I think, because if Rodgers hits, now you got big time production. So to roll the fucking dice for a grand slam, probably Garrett. I would put Olave, also 1A, most solid. London, I got third on that list, but he's good too. But I'm just scared what's gonna happen with Atlanta. I don't know what's gonna happen with Atlanta. And I gotta tell the novelty ones in the family league from last year, don't draft like take your positions early. Like don't take a I can't tell because people are there's one quarterback. There's no quarterback tiers this year, guys. This is the first time in years I don't really see a first tier like or a 1A and then all the best. I kind of see the first group like when I was a kid, it was like Breeze, not kid, fucking, I'm 44. When I was 30, Breeze, Manning, Brady, second half of his career. You guys don't remember that. Tom Brady was a fucking game manager the first run. They had him not to fuck up, drive the bus. Tom Brady opened up later when Moss came and shit like that. Then he became Brady. Then he got cocky. Now he's fucking Mr. Old Man, get off my lawn saying, oh, they're dumb today. Jerk off. You were a fucking game manager the first run. I remember. We're 2 years apart. Sit your skinny ass down. Greg Olson, better announcer. My boy from Wayne Hills. Shout out to Kevin Olson, my former player, his little brother. And Mr. Olson, Pops, coached against me. Motherfucker. We lost. We were 1 game away from the state championship in high school, and I'm running out to the field. I play quarterback for Clifton, and I see we're at Wayne Hills, Coach Greg Olson, and there's this fucking 6'3", 12-year-old like holding the ball in the coat. It was Greg Olson, the tight end, the Hall of Fame tight end now. His son was 12, and he was on the sideline. He was a fucking monster. Holy shit. I got some cool stories. Yeah, I played against Olsen. They beat us. We got a phantom holding call on the 1, down 7-3 going in on the 1. Brett brought us back early 4th. We went for the field goal because our coach was a pussy, and we missed. And then we couldn't get the ball back. Then we fucking had to go for broke, and it didn't happen. But I'll tell you who we did beat. David Tyree's team. Clifton, we had to beat 3 state champions in 1 year to make the playoff. We had to beat 2 out of 3. We had Bergen Catholic nationally ranked, Don Bosco Prep nationally ranked, Montclair High School, David Tyree, all them nationally ranked. And my senior year, we fucking beat Montclair 7-6 in a hurricane thunderstorm. They demanded to not cancel the game. They fucked themselves up. They made it like a mutter. The track was so fucked up, it neutralized us, and we beat them. And Johnny Baby Hands, they said the Baby Hands kid, they were worried about me in the rain. And my coach was like, well, Nooch, if you want to be first team all conference, you're going to have to outplay one of the great quarterbacks head to head. So in the hurricane, Noochie Baby Hands, 8 for 10. Ooh, their quarterback, 0 for 12. Oh, 0 for 12. Guess what? My scumbag coach still didn't stick up for me in the meeting. Oh, fuck you, Coach Cal. Second team. Fuck you. You lied. Hello? Yo! T. Rich, are you tuned in or what? Not too much dead air here.
Wait, are you on?
I've been on for an hour, brothers. Tune in, bro. Come on.
Oh, man.
What are you doing? Hey, wait, can we see you out here? Wait, can you see this guy? Yo, oh, there he is. There he is. Yo. Huh?
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. What's your shtick right now?
Just long form conversation. We're going down the whole draft.
Do you have anybody in the room right now?
3 right now. 3, 4. Tony C came in. Few people, like a couple comments. It's going on low numbers, but I'm grooving already.
Well, I mean, while you're talking, can I interrupt you about my?
Of course. I was hoping you'd call in. We got a call in. This is the commish. All right. Okay.
My first 12-man league yesterday, right?
Okay.
I mean, do you want to go over my draft? Do you want to rate my team? Do you want to?
Yeah, because we're doing draft. We're talking draft right now, and I'm going down because I have it written out. I discussed where St. Brown would go in the beginning and what I think about Jefferson and Chase and these guys this year. Then we talked about ranking like Garrett Wilson, Olave, and some of those other guys in the middle. And then I was just touching on my topics that I had written down from yesterday based on our conversation from your draft. So this is perfect that you called. My first one was going to be where should Travis Kelce go? And then I went down the line. So I'm pretty sure they're going to line up with you anyway.
Okay, so first things first is, I mean, Travis Kelce got drafted 1, 2, 3, 4th overall in tight end.
So that's surprising to me. That's surprising. Do you have can you recall the first three that went?
Yeah, first went Mark Andrews.
Okay. Wow, that's surprising to me.
Then it went Trey McBride.
Surprising to me.
and then it went Laporta.
Surprising to me. Where's the top two?
And then it went Kelce.
Where are the top two tight ends?
Who are you talking about?
Evan Ingram.
Oh, Evan Ingram went in the 6th round.
And Dalton Kincaid. He's going to be the league leader this year.
Dalton Kincaid went in the 5th round.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got a tight end conundrum. We got a fucking tight end conundrum, boys. Guys, the tight ends are backwards. Holy shit.
Do you want to know how bad I did at tight end?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, man. I might as well just not draft. I got Taysom Hill.
All right. No, you know what? He's a guy that's going to get snaps all over. So you're going to get use out of him, but it might be wacky use.
My thought is there's teams in this league that have 3 tight ends. Like, somebody's going to end up dropping a tight end at some point, and I'll be able to stream them.
Oh, yeah.
Taysom Hill, he can have a freak luck game.
Right. And somebody's got to emerge. Half of the year is on the waiver wire. So the draft is one piece of the pie. But now the rest of the rat race begins. Like that's why we love it so much, because you can't really relax if you want to win.
One thing I really liked out of my draft was my 11 and 12 pick.
What do you got?
The 11th round, I got Tyler Lockett.
Solid forever. Solid forever.
In the 12th round, I got Adam Thielen.
Wow, Thielen. You know what? They need him. They need him to catch balls. And that rookie quarterback, the guy that looks like everybody hates Chris. You ever see that show, the Chris Rock show? That rookie quarterback liked Thielen a lot last year. So even though Thielen slowed down a step as a possession guy, if you need a Band-Aid guy and a flex, I feel confident that Thielen can get you 7 catches in a game.
Okay, so let's play this real quick game, and then I'll let you go, right?
Okay.
Let's play the game of my lineup.
Okay.
All right. Quarterback, Dak Prescott. You like him or not?
So. Men's and men's.
Okay, Christian McCaffrey, running back 1.
Oh, yeah, love him.
All right, Derrick Henry, running back 2.
Yeah, love him. I think he's going to have high carries.
All right, Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 1.
Love him. Just did a 5 to 10 minute piece in the beginning of the show on how really we don't really know if Cooper Kupp and Puka, they can easily reverse production roles this year because Puka's perpetually banged up. We don't know that he's going to stay healthy. He's banged up now. And Kupp, if you draft Kupp at 25, 30, okay, are you saying to yourself when you draft him, well, I don't expect him to be playing. He's going to get hurt soon. No. If you assume a guy's going to stay healthy, you got one of the best receivers in the NFL, period.
All right, so after Cooper Kupp, I went
Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, super receiver, had a little bit of disappearing acts last year, but I don't expect that to another year together. I expect that unit to be even better this year. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Right. I got Taysom Hill, obviously, as tight end. We're not in love with that, but you never know what he could do.
Right.
All right, two flex spot.
Okay.
Right now, I got Amari Cooper, who had an excellent year last
year. Solid. The guy just keeps. Amari Cooper is the guy. I've been bad mouthing. I need to apologize about Amari Cooper. I've been bad mouthing him since the Cowboys, and he keeps putting up seasons. Then when he went to Cleveland, I was sure he was going to stink because he was just good on the Cowboys, and he put up numbers last year. High yards per catch, always catching bombs. So I love Cooper. I'm a Cooper fan now. I'm a convert. I'm a Cooper convert.
Right, and then my last shot on my starting team is going to be Calvin Ridley, wide receiver for the Texans.
Calvin Ridley, shot out of a cannon. Shot out of a cannon. He's fast, man. He's got to become a number 1, though. I'll bet you Hopkins is still going to take a lion's share of those targets. I don't think they're just going to get rid of Hopkins, right?
I don't think so either, but I think Calvin Ridley could be the guy over there.
Where did DeAndre Hopkins go last night? Curious. In the real drafts. Where did he go? Oh, he's listening. I would like to know. Hopkins is going to be a value. Just the way Cooper Kupp is a value at 30, 25. Fucking DeAndre Hopkins does not belong at 50, guys.
Hopkins got drafted in the 10th round.
10th round?
Yep.
That's fucking crazy. That guy is super duper. No surgeries ever. How many times has Hopkins went down for the year? Never, right? Like, he had a little hammy pull, a little sprained knee. A sprained knee is big difference from going under the knife. I wouldn't be that scared about Hopkins.
I don't know. You remember how bad he fucked me that one year?
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
man.
That's all I had to tune in for. Let me get back to work.
All right, T-Rich. I'll see you later, brother. Later. So there's guys sliding. It's tricky this year with the draft. Be careful on your draft. I don't like any year I've ever snuck up and put a quarterback in my first 4 or a tight end in my first 4 and then thought I could do it later. My team was always weak. So if you're going to take a quarterback in the first, in rounds like 2 or 3 or 4, it's got to be Josh Allen. Josh Allen's probably the first quarterback. Lamar, MVP, dual threats. But I can't even put one guy in his own tier. Maybe Josh Allen in his own tier, fantasy football-wise. The best quarterback in the league is Patrick Mahomes, but I remember every single game last season. The Chiefs won ugly a lot last year, guys. I remember one game the Chiefs were playing the Jets. Zach Wilson and Mahomes were taking turns to see who could stink worse. Like, the Chiefs won ugly fucking games last year. He didn't play like a Mahomes brilliant, like glitzy fucking glamour year. Like, Pacheco was the MVP of that team that got them through. If it wasn't for Pacheco, they would have never made it last year. So with the Chiefs, it's funny because Pacheco's valuable in real life, but he doesn't even catch balls. That's another guy. I don't know if I'm taking Pacheco that early. That's why I like receivers. Kelsey to go as the 5th tight end, that's fucking crazy. I think the tight ends are backwards. I don't think Ingram and Kincaid should be the 4th or 5th or 6th tight end. So now that I'm seeing Ingram and Kincaid off the board, not off the board, that makes me very confused because I like them better than Laporta and Kelsey and Kittle. But in the league last night, they were left on the board. So tight ends, it's like, who's your flavor? You got Laporta, Kelsey, Kittle, Ingram. These guys are all, it's like, pick your flavor. Kincaid. People don't think Kincaid is going to be there, be one of the top ones. I do. Knox is a tight end with Buffalo too, but Kincaid plays receiver. Kincaid lines up at Z, X, slot, and tight end, and running back. I saw him get a carry on the goal line last year. I remember that shit. So tight ends are tough. But going down the draft, you go into the 2nd, 3rd round. I like Gibbs, but last year I had him early. He didn't take. Montgomery had a lion's share of the role. Now everybody says, well, it's Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to be the guy this year. That's not how it always works in real life. Montgomery was a fucking horse last year. Montgomery, remember that. Like NOOCH Family League, Mom, Darlene. Montgomery played fucking great last year, and he got all the carries by the goal line. He was getting 18, 20 carries. So, yeah, they might bump Gibbs up a little bit, but when Detroit was the leading rushing team in the NFL last year, when you're the leading rushing team, it takes a team. Montgomery's not really going to go anywhere, so to speak, I don't think. So Gibbs, you're going to take him right away, but what if he doesn't take all the shit? Now you're taking a guy that splits time, 11th overall? I don't know. Jonathan Taylor, he played well. There's question marks about him. Injured, back in, injured. So, I don't know. Saquon, nobody seems to give him the credit. He's down around 15. ATN, million carries last year for Jacksonville, 3.9 yards a carry. Worried about him. But I don't know. There's a lot going on. We got Texans receivers. You got to be careful. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Diggs are all very good. But anything could happen to fuck your season up with them because Diggs is adding on to that team. So we don't know. Devontae Adams is at the Raiders. He could be on the Jets by Halloween. Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, high value, second, third round. Will Jefferson owners regret drafting him? Maybe. Should St. Brown be the number 3 wide receiver off the board? Probably. And should we roll the dice on Malik Neighbors? Those are the main topics I'm thinking about. Malik Neighbors is up around 40. He could end up being the top rookie in the league this year. So we'll see. But I wanted to do about 45 minutes, get a little discussion on these drafts. Good luck in your drafts. And I'll be back on for the season futures. We're going to go over all the best season futures. And I'll see you tomorrow. NOOCH Neighborhood Picks.